Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for August 17th, 2025. Seize the day has motivational. I don't think I know what that... Seize the day has free. Include room for more treasure trove. Right, well it's Sunday. We got campaign stuff. And I don't know what two of those mean. Room for more. Add a kingdom card to pile to the supply. So it just makes the kingdom bigger. Okay. That's whatever. This event costs 0. When you buy this event, plus 2 cards at the end of the turn. Okay. Seize the day costing 0 is definitely interesting. It doesn't necessarily mean you just want to buy it right away, but it is interesting. All right, so we've got... Monastery and Sailor trashing, plus like Crypt is a thing you could potentially play with. Plus actions from Minstrel and Nobles. Draw from Nobles, Ronin, Slay, Watchtower, Wayfarer. But no plus buy. Only gains are silvers from Wayfarer, gold and copper from Treasure Trove. Horses from Slay. I guess farmland. You don't really... It's not really... Farmland isn't really gains exactly, but it does enable you to get more than 6 VP in a turn. And does maybe push Treasure Trove a little bit as a thing to play with, because the golds that you gain from Treasure Trove can then be farmlanded into provinces as a way to score 8 points. Yeah, Treasure Trove also does play kind of nicely with Monastery and Watchtower, right? You get the extra gains, you can clean up coppers with Monastery even if the copper's in play, and then Watchtower can also react to the coppers that Treasure Trove gains. So this, I mean, it is looking kind of moneyish, and we have a 5-2. I wonder if we're meant to buy Treasure Trove in the opening here. The other thing we could do, like Sailor is not at its most exciting here. There's the only duration that we would be able to play with it is Crypt. And that, I mean, there is some value to that for sure. Like being able to get a Crypt directly into play, like, could be pretty good, but it's overall, it's still like not as good as Sailor often is. So one thing we could do is just go like Treasure Trove seize. Well, okay, I should say, let me back up. We probably want to seize... Oh no, wait, no, never mind. That doesn't... Scratch that. I was thinking like, oh, we want to buy Seize so that we can skip the 3 estate hand, but that doesn't work. We can't buy Seize this turn and also like get a card, so never mind. So in that case, we probably would want to open Monastery if we were going to get a Treasure Trove. I think the other options, Ronin would be reasonable. I'm not sure how many Ronins we would want in the deck, but 1 Ronin seems pretty good. Probably better to start with that than Treasure Trove, really, even if the Monastery can't trash as much. I mean, Ronin does play nicely with like Nobles for actions, so that's something. I really wish this board had gains. Like, I think you could potentially do some cool stuff if it did. But as it is, I'm kind of second guessing the trashing. It's still probably good, but and I guess if we take like a Wayfarer at some point, well, no, never mind. We should just do the treasure trove thing because that played better with farmland. I mean, I guess Wayfarer Silvers let you get duchies off of farmland, which may be relevant. Getting provinces is certainly better, like in the abstract, but if there comes a point where, you don't, it's dangerous to take a province, but you can take a duchy, would be a factor. Hmm. Well, Ronin will allow us to cycle our deck pretty quickly. Doesn't play very nicely with the +2 cards from Seize the Day, but I think I'm going to go with the Ronin. By Seize into Treasure Trove. Alright. Let's go ahead and get the Monastery. Okay. So we could get the Treasure Trove now. And then if we manage to draw it, we're going to get to play the Ronin next turn. If we manage to draw it, I mean, odds are we won't, but... Nope. Okay. Do we want to get a Sailor? That does also play nicely with Ronin. Yeah. And could get another Sailor. We could get a Minstrel. Wayfarer is free, but we don't have the terminal space for that, really. Minstrel would help us cycle back to the Ronin even faster. I think I like getting a Minstrel. Well, this has worked out nicely. Oh, they did do the thing. I guess if you're not playing with Ronin, that does look pretty good. Man, I can't find the monastery. Do we want to do the crypt thing? It's probably worth it, even though it makes the Ronin worse. I think so. We might as well play the treasure trove. Should we start provincing? We could also... do farmland already. That's also an extra gain, which means we get to trash all 3 coppers in the estate. Sure. Okay. Hmm. Thinking about taking another minstrel here. 3 estates in the trash. We trashed 2 and they trashed 1. I like to farmland into nobles is one of the things I'm thinking about, which is why it would be nice to have another 4 cost in the deck. It'd also not be bad to have another sailor, but minstrel cycles the deck faster, and then if we do get a nobles, does more with that. Oh boy. No, or no monastery. I think we just farmland for province again. Do we play the treasure trove? Unclear. Maybe not. Yeah, we're definitely in rough shape here. Well, we can do the farmland minstrel to nobles thing here. We can get the monastery in hand again, though. We don't really want to trigger the shuffle here, do we? Taking that early seize the day might have been the play, just because like it's so hard to use it. Hmm. There's only 4 cards that we'd be. I guess it's that part's fine. I mean, the bot is now at the point where they don't have the crypt in play. Like, they're not by any means guaranteed to have a decent turn. I think I'm going to do that. Duchy, okay. So we can do farmland into province again on gold, and then... We are at a points deficit. We have a bigger one if we farmland into nobles, but... How much time do we need to buy ourselves? Should have looked closer at where they were in the shuffle. Like they played the Wayfarer. Have they played the Watchtower? We have an. No, we don't have another minstrel down there. We have the nobles, so we're not going to trigger a shuffle. So we are by no means guaranteed to have a good turn next turn. Though if we play the sailor, it's pretty likely. I think I'm just going to go for it. Okay, well that's bad. I guess we're buying Seize the Day. We should probably trash the copper. Yeah, if we had one more coin... Actually, that wouldn't necessarily win. But... Oh my god. Gotta be kidding me. Gotta be kidding me. All that and I still can't... We can't even really usefully buy farmland here. We just gotta buy a duchy. I mean, we could farmland the monastery, but I don't know what that accomplishes. Oh, that's so frustrating. Yeah, now we probably lose. Nope, okay. Well, yeah, but now we don't have the Ronin. The odds that this goes anywhere aren't too good. Trashing a copper isn't... Yeah. Oh, shit. We actually drew a gold. Okay. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I just... Would have been nice if this board had gains. Like, there's some cool interactions here, but you just... It's hard to do much with any of it. I am not at all confident that I played this well. or that the bot strategy wasn't better. I did like having the Ronin in the deck. I thought that was good, but I don't know. Maybe we needed to get a Watchtower. Like, I was maybe counting on the Monastery wasn't good enough. I don't know when we would have gotten it or what we would have gotten it in lieu of. Like, we could have skipped Monastery and bought Seas here, but I feel like the Monastery did do some work. Like, I'm not exactly sad that I had the Monastery. I just think it didn't maybe do enough. Like, I was talking earlier about like maybe trashing just isn't good here, but the flip side is that if you could trash all of your starting cards and the coppers as they come in, I think your deck would look pretty good. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a world where we like manage to either draw the Monastery here, and thus be more likely to draw it again here, or we draw the Treasure Trove here. But either way, where we collide the Monastery and the Treasure Trove early, like here we play the Treasure Trove, we didn't have the Monastery. If we had gotten to, trash 3 coppers here, that would certainly put us in a much better position to then continue to collide it. So, I mean, and I don't know what the odds of that were. Like, they're probably not, probably not like so high that, you could say, oh, that should have happened or anything like that, but it would have helped. Yeah, the crypt thing, even though is basically like a card that Ronin didn't get to draw, I think that was worth it just to get the crap out of the deck. So I'm not unhappy with that choice. Maybe you could argue that the Minstrel we didn't need. We should have just taken a Watchtower. For the second Minstrel. The second Minstrel I got specifically with the idea in mind of being able to farmland it into a Nobles. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. So in the end, we got as many provinces as the bot, and then we also had the 4 farmlands. The bot's won. I guess the bot somehow only had 3 gold. Is it just because it didn't see the Treasure Trove that often? Which kind of makes sense because it didn't have the Ronin. But that may be why the bot didn't do more farmland stuff. So it plays it once there. Wait. You didn't crypt the gold? But why? What? No, that's incorrect. Oh. Yeah, that's really bad. Anyway, there's a second play of the Treasure Trove. There's a third play of the Treasure Trove. Well, maybe it played it 4 times and farmlanded gold once or something. Yeah, there's one. And there's a 4th play of the Treasure Trove. Okay. Yeah, and it plays it increasingly infrequently as the game goes on because flooding its deck with gold and copper. Ugh. Yeah. I don't know. I guess in the end with this kind of board, because you have so few choices, not in the sense of like how many times do you get to make a decision, but like how many opportunities do you get to put a card into your deck? I mean, I guess that they're both true, but especially the latter. I think it can be a lot more, sensitive to, the specific situations that you find yourself in, and hence why these kinds of games can feel more random than games where you have more control. So maybe there is no way to say like, oh, this is the deck you should build. But like I said, I do wonder about the Watchtower, or if just, I don't know. Yeah, I wonder. I wonder a lot of things, I guess. Anyway, well, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.